You are Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, a great night for the Red Sox offense, and boy, did they need it. Sox 4 home runs and evening up their series in Baltimore. Sox tag Corbin Burnes and hang him with a loss. We do welcome you into our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, longtime play-by-play announcer, national show host. As a kid of the 1980s, watched the Red Sox on a small black and white TV. Former big leaguer Scott McGregor once told me I had more useless information than anyone he'd ever crossed paths with. And to this day, I take that as a great compliment. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as a Locked On Red Sox podcast feed, which you know is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. Right now on our latest Locked On Red Sox postcast, we're going to discuss Tristan's return. Tristan Casas back in the lineup Friday night, and boy, did he turn a pretty double play early on for the Red Sox, turning it 6-3-3, or 3-6-3, I should say. And a Locked On Red Sox postcast first. Individual grades for each guy coming out of the pen Friday night. We do want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation. Watching live on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Just join the conversation. Simple enough. Hit the comment button. You can also hit me up on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Lennox on Baseball, with questions, comments, and or concerns. Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox postcast is brought to you by Prize Picks, the easiest and the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB. Use the code, all lowercase, LockedOnMLB, for a first deposit match up to $100. So earlier in the day on Friday, get the news. Tristan Casas coming down from Massachusetts to Baltimore, Maryland, expected to be in the lineup Friday night. He was in the lineup Friday night. Again, turned a 3-6-3 inning double play early on. Had a base hit. Struck out a couple of times. Dom Smith designated for assignment. The move we did not want to happen had to happen. It was the logical move. You take the emotion out of it. Yes, Dom Smith, absolutely a fan favorite, a favorite in the clubhouse, but DFA'd. It's going to be an interesting week for Dom Smith going forward. Perhaps he can stick with the Boston Red Sox organization. That's probably not realistic right now. Hey, Red Sox hit 4 home runs. The bullpen, a mess. Cooper Criswell was slated to start. Instead, you get the opener, Brennan Bernardino. Bernardino and Zach Kelly, combining to get the first 3 outs of the ball game in the bottom of the first inning. Red Sox bats, 4 home runs. Rafael Devers with a home run, number 26 on the year. Masa Yoshida, after the Orioles tied the game up at 4, a 3-run home run. Actually, his 3-run home run early on. I just got to go to the box score here for just a second. Didn't want to do it. Yoshida home run in the 4th inning. Yeah, that made it 8-4 after the Orioles had gotten 3 runs in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. We're going to grade the bullpen here in just a moment because the bats come alive against Corbin Burnes. They tag him. They burned the Orioles starter, Corbin Burnes. That's the burned him up. The quick start, Jarren Duran, great to see. Base hit to open up the ball game. Kind of needed that. And Duran had a nice night at the plate. Later in the game, a home run. Also had a hustle double. But Duran, a base hit, scores all the way from first base on a double off the bat of Wilyer Abreu. And just like that, 2 batters in, it's 1-0. And then Rafael Devers. Sometimes it's not how hard you hit him. The exit velocity wasn't impressive. Bloop double down the right field line, found some open grass, no one in that area, plenty of real estate. Raffy was hustling out of the box. RBI and a double. 2-0 after the first inning. Again, Bernardino, Kelly worked the first inning. They got to Corbin Burnes. Even when Burnes was down 4-1 and they got him the 3 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Burnes gave up the 4 spot with Yoshida hitting the big blow. But a big part of that top of the 4th inning, Connor Wong, a base hit through the right side, a bouncing ball that went through. First Nesson reference. Lou Merloni said, where was Jackson Holliday? He was actually going towards the middle of the diamond, towards the second base bag. And they caught Burnes on camera looking back and saying, what the heck just happened there? Where were you? Holliday goes to his left, fields that ball. He's got a pretty good shot at getting Connor Wong, who does run well. But after Wong, with the 2-out knock that scored Jarren Duran, moved Devers to second, Yoshida, boom, 3-run home run. I don't know if Burnes had a lapse in concentration or what, but that can't happen in that situation, can it? He showed up as infielder. And by the way, Jackson Holliday, he's figured it out. And the Red Sox, they've got their big left-handed bats coming through the minor league system. Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holliday, a host of others for the Orioles with that big offense. Holliday's arrived. I don't believe he's going back to the minors this year or in the future. His first career 4-hit game. But as Yoshida makes it 8-4, then all of a sudden it becomes an 8-6 ball game. Then the Red Sox go up 11-6. Then it becomes an 11-9 game. They go up 12-9. Finish it out by winning the game 12-10. Hang on tight. Bernardino, Kelly again. Combined to get the first 3 outs of the ball game. Combined for a scoreless first inning. Cooper Criswell. And there it is. My reaction. You may guess what it is. But Cooper Criswell, and I don't know if it used to be, okay, the first reliever in this situation that comes out of the bullpen and pitches effectively, the official scorer may have been able to say, you know what, Criswell was not effective out of the bullpen. And he wasn't. 3 1/3 innings, a blown save, and the win. Criswell is rewarded with the victory. Well, Lennox, the wins and losses, who cares anymore? In this situation, it's just kind of laughable because Criswell goes 3 1/3 innings in relief, 6 earned runs, 9 hits, and 4 walks, 79 pitches in 3 1/3. Horn, really, in relief, got the 2 strikeouts, walked the next batter on a pitch, or next batter that he faced in the next inning on a pitch violation on a 3-ball count. And then Sims came on. Criswell gets the win, and he gets a D+ from me. Bernardino and Kelly, the first inning, I'll give a combined B+. Horn got the job done. I'll give him an A-. Got 2 strikeouts. Did give up 1 base runner. Sims, scoreless inning. I'll give him an A-. Garcia, D-. 1 inning, another home run allowed, 3 earned runs. Chris Martin, I'll give a C-. And then Kenley Jansen in the 9th, 1, 2, 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Jansen picks up the save, 23rd on the season. He gets an A++. But Luis Garcia, you were brought over to the Red Sox to pitch effectively. And Lou Merloni referenced it, saying, you know, his first outing, it's like, okay, this is what we got, meaning the Red Sox. Lou can say we. I don't say we. But since then, it's been clunker after clunker after clunker. Sims did a nice job. But Garcia, no, you've got to give more. You've got to give more. And it was ugly. And I don't think he's indifferent, but he's struggling right now. When he's needed, 100% he is needed. Tyler O'Neill could be back on Saturday. Rich Hill could be back in the next couple of weeks with the Red Sox. We'll discuss those a little bit later on our Locked On Red Sox postcast. Coming up next, Tristan's return. And Rafi goes deep. So does Massa. So does Duran. So does Hamilton. Big night for the offense. And guess what? Red Sox needed all 12 runs. Tristan's return when we come back. Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Liquid IV. Summertime includes baseball, snacks, ice cream, the salty treats as well, like the potato chips, the French fries, and the hot dog. So when you eat the salty, you want the ice cream, you want the popsicles. And when you're talking about America's pastime, do not forget to hydrate with Liquid IV's Popsicle Firecracker flavor, a surefire summertime hit. Get hydrated with electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients from the #1 powdered hydration brand in America, because baseball and summer go together like Liquid IV and indulgent hydration. Blast off with the iconic summer flavor of Popsicle Firecracker, a festive blend of citrus-fueled lemon, lime, tart cherry, and raspberry flavors. Find all your favorite flavors on the website from acai berry, lemon lime, and pina colada. Tear, pour, live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. 8 essential vitamins and nutrients. Always non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. No more thirsty summers when you indulge in hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code MLB at checkout. Again, 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code MLB at liquidiv.com. Hey, the New England Patriots were in action Thursday night. Who's going to be the Pats' Week 1 starter? Keep up with everything involved with the New England Patriots preseason with Mike Debate and Locked On Patriots. Mike has reaction to the Pats' second preseason game from Thursday night. Locked On Patriots postcast is coming soon as well, part of the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Mike has you covered with all of the Patriots preseason storylines. Locked On Patriots available wherever you get your podcast. So the Red Sox pick up the victory, even up the series at a game apiece against the Baltimore Orioles on Friday night at Camden Yards. Better crowd Friday than what was on Thursday. 22 combined runs, and the Orioles out hitting the Red Sox 17-14, but the Red Sox pick up the victory, and Kenley Jansen does what Kenley Jansen does and what he's done throughout the course of his future Hall of Fame career. He notched the save, his 23rd on the season. So Tristan Casas back for the Red Sox. Our at-bat of the night coming up, and this is going to be a tough one. It's going to go right down to me announcing it because I don't even know right now. Hey, Casas missing 98 games. The Sox actually went 51-47 with him out of the lineup with the injury. His last game prior to Friday night on the road at Pittsburgh back on April 20th. Casas in the lineup and got a base hit. And what I liked about his at-bats, Casas 1 for 5, runs scored, and 2 strikeouts. But what I liked about his at-bats, and I was listening to Lou Merloni, and Lou has been steadfast with his message. He parallels it with Masao Yoshida. When he missed time, it took a handful of games really for him to get going offensively. And I'll be the first right here, sidebar, Masao Yoshida, another big night at the plate on Friday night. Friday nights seem to be his thing. I don't know what he's hitting on Friday nights, but remember, we go back, reference that Yankees game in the Bronx where he tied it up against Clay Holmes in the 9th inning, then stayed on Rafael homered in extra innings, and the Red Sox won that game. Rafael, 3 base hits, 4 runs batted in. Had a big night at the plate Friday night. $18.6 million is the salary going forward and for the next handful of years. He's your DH. And I don't know if Lou Merloni is mocking him when he runs perfect with his form, but he's not fast either. He's not. He's not a station-to-station guy, but if he's going to pick up a double, it's going to be down one of the lines or in the alleys with the outfield shifting around a little bit where they have to make a long run. But anyway, back to Casas. What I liked about Casas is that he seemed to be on the pitches. When he was watching and he wasn't going to swing at a pitch, he was watching it all the way into the catcher's glove. And I love that. Monday or Tuesday, when the Red Sox are in Houston, I'm going to share a Tristan Casas story because I've actually crossed paths with him. Did we have a long conversation? No. I pretty much asked his name, how to pronounce Casas, and he was 16 years old. I'll go into that story Monday or Tuesday when the Red Sox are in Houston. But Casas, again, early on. Now, Dom Smith might have turned the double play as well, but Casas started a 3-6-3 inning-ending double play early on in the game. And that was great to see. And again, Lou Merloni, I was in on Lou tonight. And he said he's been practicing things like that. And he also said, hey, in his mind, Tristan Casas has had about 1,500 at-bats. I think that was the number he threw out there, tongue-in-cheek, during the course of the broadcast with Dave O'Brien on Nesson Friday night. Okay, enough of the references for Nesson right now. Although I'm really more and more each night that Lou Merloni's on a broadcast, I learn something, and he entertains me as well. I'll stop there. But Casas is back. Again, Dom Smith designated for assignment. He'll have to clear waivers, then he can sign. Those things are being worked out right now. I don't think there's going to be – I think he signs with a big league club. I think he goes. Casas right now, everybody's got to be on – everyone, the message had to be he's on board and he's ready to go. And if there's a setback right now, you are really in trouble at that first base position with the left-handed bat. But it's great to see Casas back. He was coming up, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday in Houston, where he would have been at the end of his timeline for his rehab assignment. Why he needed one more game Thursday night, I don't know. And at this point, he's back. And you want to see him in the lineup. I would imagine Maybe he plays Saturday and then has an off day on Sunday, or maybe he's out of the lineup. It is a lefty on Saturday, back to a right-hander for the Orioles. At least that's the way it's projected right now. They're supposed to bring Cade Povich up to make the start on Saturday, a lefty. So maybe Casas sits on Saturday, gets a day of rest. Remember, he was traveling down too, according to what was on Twitter. He was coming down. So I think he was driving down from Mass to Maryland on Friday. So if that was the case, maybe he sits Saturday, back in there on Sunday. He's going to need some days off here and there. I don't know if you could equate it to him being at the tail end of spring training, but somewhere in there. But Casas is back. Great to see. Emotion involved for fans. You didn't want to see Dom Smith go. He earned the right to stay. It's the business of baseball. I had been talking about the move. I'm not going to say I was talking about it before everyone else, but I was talking about it a few weeks ago. Hey, as Casas is ramping up here, the move likely is Dom Smith. And it was the logical move on Friday. The 4 home runs, Devers, 2-run shot. That made it 4-1. Yoshida, 3-run home run. That made it 8-4 in the 4th inning. And in this game where the bullpen just gave up runs almost every inning, it seemed like, Orioles tied the game at 4, but they never actually led at any point. After the Red Sox went in front 8-4, they never trailed again. Orioles got close. They got close a handful of times. They made you sweat. But Kenley got the job done in the 9th inning. Yoshida, the 3-run home run off Burnes in the 4-run 4th inning. Hamilton, 2-run shot in the 7th inning, his 7th on the year. That made it 10-6, and you think, okay, there's the cushion. Then 2 batters later, Jarren Duran homers. Duran, a couple of extra base hits. That'll be part of our numbers of the night in segment number 3. But Duran, home run as well in the 7th inning off Craig Kimbrell. He got booed after he got the final out. Duran's home run made it 11-6. Big night for Duran. On base 4 times. 3 hits, double, home run, walk, 3 runs scored. 8th inning, 11-9 game. Connor Wong reaching. 2-out double. Yoshida, 2-out RBI knock to make it 12-9. Yoshida, 3 hits and 4 RBIs. So kind of going through there. And it's one of those nights where the Red Sox just had to continuously add on, and they did that. Credit to the offense for just continuously adding on. But Yoshida, his 2-out RBI single in that inning, in the 8th inning, to make it 12-9. Orioles get one more run to make it 12-10. That turned out to be the final. So Yoshida, 2-out RBI single, not his 3-run home run. That is the at-bat of the night for me. Hey, I'm not scoreboard watching, but yes, I'm scoreboard watching. Yankees blanked the Tigers Friday night in Detroit. Royals won over the Reds in Cincinnati. Mariners lost to a Pirates team that entered Friday in a 10-game losing streak. And bear with me for just a moment. Let's see if we can get to it quickly. Want to get an update and see if they went final with the Twins game. Looks like they did. So I got to scroll down here real quick. Again, we're not scoreboard watching. Twins won 4-3 in Arlington against the Rangers. And that kind of adds salt into the wound, right? With that loss on Wednesday that still sticks in the old craw, still sticks in the front of the mind right now with what happened. But Massa, big night at the plate. Numbers of the night and a look ahead and a couple of news and notes when we continue. Locked On Red Sox POSTCAST, Locked On Sports Boston, your team every day. Sponsored by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, you against the numbers. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Turn your $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks does have you covered every week. From lowering select players' snap projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. Prize Picks, it is that easy. So numbers of the night, and I think I have a couple of creative ones coming up for you, at least numbers that I've paid attention to throughout the course of the year. Again, Steve Lennox, Locked On Red Sox Postcast, part of the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Locked On Sports, your team every day. News and notes, Tristan Casas, again, off the IL. Dominic Smith, again, logical move. Wanted to keep him, but designated for assignment. Chase Sugar, MLB debut Thursday, option back down to AAA Worcester on Friday. Friends and family in attendance in Baltimore, up from Texas to watch him pitch in his first big league game on Thursday. And really, I think Chase Sugar deserved to stay. I really do. Absolutely think he deserved to stay. I know numbers, the way things work out. But with what he gave you Thursday night in his first big league outing, once he came in, nobody else had to come out of the pen. And that was important. And what was a 4-run game at that point in time. You're still get 3 runners on base, 1 swing, and you can tie it up. But Sugar, again, I think he deserved to stick around. There were other guys you could have sent out. That's how I feel on that one. Cooper Criswell, with Sugar going down, he was activated. I'll give him a mulligan for Friday night. Still coming off COVID, perhaps. Still feeling the illness and not at 100% physically. But Cooper Criswell, you know what? I don't like the sweeper. Lou Merlone mentioned it a few times. This guy can bring the heat, 94, 96. He said similar with Lucas Sims, that they can get it up there. Cooper Criswell, again, what he's capable of doing is what he did in Denver back in July, right? After the All-Star break. But Cooper Criswell right now, I'll give him a mulligan. But if there's another timeout, remember, gave up the home run earlier in the week that tied the game up against the no, that was Horn. Sorry, never mind. Tyler O'Neill, expected again to come off the IL, could be in the lineup on Saturday. That could prove beneficial if the Orioles do bring up Cade Povich and have the left-hander start, the rookie, against the Red Sox on Saturday. You know, the sky's always falling for Red Sox fans, but right now you're even 1-1. You beat a potential Cy Young Award winner this year, a former Cy Young Award winner, in Corbin Burnes. You tagged him for 8 runs, and you got to him early. Now you might face a rookie on Saturday. And I don't know if it's on a T-shirt or not, but remember when Alex Cora, paraphrasing, but saying, hey, let's be greedy here. Forget a wild card spot. We want to go for the division title. Right now, be greedy. You've split the first 2 against Baltimore. You've seen their 2 best pitchers. You lost to Eflin. You beat the heck out of Corbin Burnes. Win tomorrow, then win the series on Sunday. That's the way it stacks up. And the Orioles aren't world beaters right now. They have not had a winning record over the last handful of weeks. So this team, it's this series, to win this series now after losing game 1 Thursday, it's there for the Red Sox. I'm not the doomsday guy. Was Wednesday frustrating? Absolutely. Was Thursday frustrating? Certainly. The bats were quiet against Zach Eflin, who's now 4-0 since being acquired in late July from Tampa Bay. Numbers of the night, 4 home runs. 5th time this season the Sox have hit 4 home runs in a game. 2nd time in August, had 4 in what was a 7-2 victory in Arlington against the Rangers back on August 4th. And 12. Jarren Duran now has 12 games this season with 2 or more extra base hits, double home run. Duran now 65 extra base hits on the season. I posed this when we first started back in June. Phillies, Yankees homestand for the Red Sox. Can Jarren Duran get to 70 extra base hits? Well, now it's 65. I'll pose it now. 41 games left after Friday night's victory. Can Jarren Duran get to 80 extra base hits? And it's tough to say and put it in someone's lap, but as Duran and Devers go, so do the Red Sox. And Devers looked a lot different than he did on Thursday. A little extra pep in the step. What's on tap? Brian Bayo? Probable with lefty Cade Povich coming back up from the minor leagues. Povich, one of the Orioles' top pitching prospects, MLB debut with the Orioles back in June. He is 1-5, ERA over 6 in his first 8 big league starts. In one outing, 4 free passes. In 3 other outings, he's walked 5. Make him work, make him pitch in the strike zone, and then attack. go from there. Again, it's reported that Povich is going to come up. Brandon Hyde, manager of the Orioles, saying basically we want to push everybody back a day. And that's why Povich is going to come up. A lefty makes sense against the Red Sox, lefty dominant lineup. And Bello, 10-5, 4.97 ERA. He's going to take the mound with his earned run average under 5. Monday, left the game against the Rangers at Fenway with a 3-1 lead. Rangers got 2 runs in the 7th inning. Bailey Horn giving up the 2-run home run to Corey Seager. That tied the game at 3-3. Bello went 6, gave up 1 earned run on 4 hits, walked 3, struck out 5. The Sox ended up winning in 10. So Bello now has 5 straight no decisions. The club's 7-1 in his last 8 outings, 4-1 over his previous 5 starts. His last win, middle of July 14th, just before the All-Star break, at home at Fenway against the Royals. His last loss going back at home against the Blue Jays in late June. Gunnar Henderson, in case you were wondering, 2 hits, 10 at-bats against Bello with a double. Colton Cowser, 3 hits with a couple of doubles. 3 hits and 5 at-bats and a couple of doubles against Brian Bello. And Cedric Mullins is 4 for 8. Night baseball, Saturday, Camden Yards. And the Red Sox will try to make it 2 wins in a row against the Baltimore Orioles. Thank you to our viewers on our Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Don't forget, if you're watching our Locked On Red Sox postcast live on our Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, subscribe to the postcast as well. Subscribe to the podcast, and we do thank you for making the Locked On Red Sox postcast your first listen every day, with the podcast free and available wherever you get your podcast. And again, we do go live on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel within minutes of the last out of every Red Sox game. 41 left in the regular season. Win 22 runs combined, 31 hits combined, and the Red Sox win in what turned out to be a slugfest. Out-homering the Orioles 4-1 and winning by a score of 12-10. They'll try to make it 2 in a row on Saturday night with Mr. Bello on the mound. Locked On Sports Boston, number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team, your Boston teams, every day.